first day of school, I like didn't understand a word anyone was saying. Because all I knew was Bulgarian. So like all I was repeating to myself while crying, I remember this. And Madame Balago's class was like, I don't understand what you're saying in Bulgarian the whole day, and just crying.
So Ioan was born in Bulgaria, and he was born with severe clubfoot. He went through 3 surgeries in Bulgaria, and by the time of the 3rd surgery, we realized that there was a non-surgical method to treat his condition. But since he already had 2 surgeries, it was too late to apply that for his particular treatment. But one of the main reasons we moved to Canada was Ioan. And Vancouver has one of the best clubfoot pediatric specialists.
At around 14, 15, I had done enough rigorous physiotherapy exercises, and the rigorous physiotherapy exercises were pretty much, I was on this planking board that was angled at 20 degrees, and I had to stretch my foot on that for 2 hours a day. And I was a kid at the time, so I didn't know any better. So I'd plop up a chair like this, set it up, and play PlayStation while I was stretching my foot. So I just did that intuitively. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play PlayStation, stretch my leg. So I did that for a couple years in order to get to the point where I could be somewhat discharged from mandatory physio. I don't remember the operations, and I don't remember the pain on my mother's face and like all of those. I don't. It's just, I think I was too young, or I was sedated, or something along those lines.
Having your newborn child under anesthesia could be quite difficult for a mother. Anyhow, the first surgery seemed to be fine, and he started walking roughly at the age of 1, even with the cast. But then the clubfoot went back, so it reverted, right? So that prompted the second surgery, and by the time the second surgery happened, the treating physician told me that he potentially would have many more surgeries until he would be fully grown.
Because clubfoot is naturally treated with casting, no surgeries. It just cast, re-stretch the foot, restabilize. That's all it pretty much is, and that happens over the span of 2 to 7 weeks. After a ton of digging online, my mom found a good doctor named Dr. Zhivkov, who had to do another correcting operation to fix the 2 offset operations.
The nature of clubfoot also is such that the Achilles tendon does not grow really, or it remains very short, so it shortens the entire foot, and the entire leg becomes really shorter, and that's when really severe consequences like scoliosis and so on develop. But Dr. Zhivkov performed such a surgery that the Achilles kept growing as Ioan kept developing and growing exponentially. And yes, there were no further surgeries. That was the last surgery.
Because Bulgaria is a whole different world. It's still, I would, a heavily corrupt, on the upper echelon, developing country, just entered the European Union. And so if we had no reason to get out of there, I don't want to think, and I don't think of the life that I would have if we were to stay there. So I think the course of my life would be completely different. So I'm very fortunate and grateful for the decisions that my mom made in getting me here, and all the risks and stuff she took to get me to where I am.
I wasn't sure whether he would walk normally, whether he would be able to be fully physically capable. So I arrived here with the idea that this immigration will help him to thrive physically.
You'll hear this everywhere if you ask people when they start biking, but COVID. So the moment COVID hit, we got our little 2K checks. I'm a happy little camper. I was working at the time and I was living at home, so my expenses were fairly light. So I'm like, I want to buy a bike. Two of my friends, Philip, Thrum, and Connor, Dimmick, they had bikes and they were like, dude, just get a bike. I'm like, okay. So I bought this cheap fixed gear, 1 gear bike, a McCargy. It was awesome. It was not my size. It was like a 56 centimeter. For reference, I'm a 61 centimeter. So it was a little thing. The seat was like so high. And I rode that. It was super fun. I rode it to Vancouver once. I'm like, holy crap, like this is so awesome. Like I can bike to Van. Like in my head, I'm like, oh, I have to SkyTrain, I have to drive. I have to do something to get to Van. I can't bike to Van. That's crazy. That's crazy business. And then one day I woke up, I'm like, it's COVID. Nothing's open. I have enough food to last me a lifetime at home. I'm going to make like 4 sandwiches. So I made 4 sandwiches, put them in a backpack, a protein shake, and then I biked to Horseshoe Bay on the fixed gear. So that was my first real bike ride. Obviously, I had to walk some of the hills, but that was the first big bike ride. I just go with the flow with what I like to do. So it's a win-win. I like to do these things, and as opposed to most people would think, like I love biking up a mountain. I think it's super rewarding. So it just goes hand in hand with kind of the identity and the training that I've somewhat cultivated and like I love to do. Obviously, like I stress her out quite a lot, respectively. I used to, but now it's better in terms of what I talk to you about. I'm sure every mom would be like, don't die, like you're going 98 down this hill, like to be careful. So once you got used to the workload and the training stuff that I inherently love doing, it's pretty much to the point that I'm like, see you later, mom, I'm going on a bike ride. Where are you going to? Oh, just Horseshoe Bay and back. Okay, have fun. Like it's more chill now. So I'm glad she's got to the point where she's chill. But no, yeah, she's awesome. She's a big testament to, I would say, my resilience and my work ethic, and just taught me a ton of valuable lessons. Taught me how to be a nurturer. Taught me how to care, how to love, how to clean, and yeah.
Immigration was tough, and I would have done it again in a heartbeat if I had to, just because of the fact that Ioan today is such an extraordinary athlete in so many aspects, that he's biking, he's a great bodybuilder as well. He is a mentor in terms of fitness, nutrition, even mental health. So I could never ever had imagined at the time that this would be something that he will turn into his devotion, into his calling. Never. So to me it's not even a dream come true. This is just unimaginable what he has achieved. It's outstanding.